Are you the kind of person who runs Zoom events and finds yourself pulling your hair out over all those annoying tasks piling up before and after the actual call? You know exactly what I mean. That stuff that isn't the on-camera moment, but is actually everything that makes hosting feel like a second job. Recently, I stumbled onto a workflow that actually made my life easier as both a participant and a host, and I really want to tell you about it. It isn't a secret Zoom feature, and it definitely isn't just another calendar trick that promises the world but delivers nothing. It is a tool called Vizard, an AI platform that turns your long videos into ready-to-post clips and handles the scheduling so your content works for you long after you stop speaking. Now, a quick disclaimer. This isn't a sponsored mention, it is just me sharing something that I tried, used, and genuinely liked. If you are new here, hi, I am Kat, and I normally spend my time geeking out about making online presentations more professional and engaging. Usually that means talking about what you do inside Zoom during the call, but today we are talking about the before and after logistics. I want to walk through the specific headaches I used to have and how Vizard helped make those major problems feel much smaller. Let's list out my pain points, because if you are hosting events, they are probably your pain points too. Multiple time zones, getting information into calendars, sending reminders, collecting feedback, and tracking actual engagement. They all eat up so much brain space. Now imagine if after your Zoom call wraps, instead of exporting a giant file and manually chopping it up, you could have an AI find the best moments. The AI creates social-ready clips and schedules them across TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn automatically. And that, my friends, is the Vizard play. With Zoom, the world is your audience, which is fantastic. But it also means people see event times differently and often miss the live session. What Vizard helps with here isn't just converting time zones, it is making the content time zone agnostic so it lives longer. Instead of trying to force everyone into the same live moment, you can harvest highlights and publish clips during your audience's peak engagement times. Even if your live Q&A happened at noon Eastern, someone in Europe can catch a tight 45-second highlight in their evening. No confusion, no juggling. I want people to have the event on their calendars, but beyond that, I want the event to keep showing up in their feeds after it is over. The reality is that most people won't attend every single live session, but they will watch short, punchy clips later on. Vizard lets you turn that long recording into a drip of short content that lands in people's feeds and links back to your event replays. That means your event isn't just a one-off experience, it becomes a content machine that reminds people you exist without you manually reposting everything. Yes, you can schedule emails or set reminders, but that is only half the battle when you are trying to build real engagement. Post-event reminders, nudges to watch the replay, quick recap clips, and key highlights are just as important as the live event itself. Instead of opening an editor and trimming 10 clips manually, Vizard auto-detects segments that are likely to perform well and adds professional captions. It preps multiple aspect ratios for you, so you don't have to re-edit for Reels versus Shorts versus LinkedIn, which is a huge time saver. Then you set a cadence, daily, every other day, or weekly, and Vizard publishes according to that schedule like a personal social media manager. Getting meaningful feedback after an event is a task I always seem to forget until it is far too late to actually act on it. Vizard doesn't magically fetch survey answers, but it makes follow-up content and call-to-action placement so much easier than before. You can push short clips that end with a poll or direct viewers to an embedded form on a landing page to watch the full replay. The big win is that your post-event content is timely and tempting, so people click through right after watching a highlight instead of weeks later. When I used to just send out a Zoom link, I had zero idea who planned to show up, who watched, or who engaged post-event. Vizard won't replace your entire registration system, but it will absolutely transform how you measure your event's actual impact. Instead of just counting attendees, you can track views, watch time, and which clips actually got shares or comments from your audience. That helps you map interest. Maybe your 90-minute workshop produced 3 viral 30-second clips that drove more signups than the live event. Let me walk you through how I would actually use this process. Imagine you have just finished a public speaking workshop over a weekend. You have the Zoom recordings, so with Vizard you just upload the final file or connect your integration to drop it right in. The AI scans the footage, finds the high-energy moments and clear teaching points, and produces a handful of short, perfectly optimized clips. You can preview them, tweak the start and end points if you need to, and then approve them for your content calendar. Then set your posting frequency, maybe 1 clip a day for the next week, plus a bonus clip on Thursday to register for the next series. Vizard's auto schedule handles all the rest, meaning you can literally set it and forget it while your social media presence grows. A few practical bits I like: it supports multi-session content, so if you ran a 6-week workshop, it treats the whole series as one big project. You also get a calendar view where you can see what is scheduled, drag posts around, and reschedule if something else comes up last minute. That content calendar is literally the part that removes a ton of friction. No more spreadsheets and no more trying to remember what I plan to post. Okay, so how does Vizard actually compare to other tools? There are other platforms out there, transcription-first editors or other clip makers. They are great, but they each have their limits. Descript is powerful for multi-track edits, but it still requires manual selection to find the best moments. Capwing and Headliner are solid for repurposing, but the scheduling and content calendar features are just not as integrated or as automated as Vizard. Some tools charge steep monthly fees for features that Vizard bundles into a single, smoother workflow, preventing you from having to stitch services together. That fragmentation is time-consuming and costly, which is exactly the opposite of what we want when we are trying to scale our content. Where Vizard stands out for me is the combination of discovery, automation, and organization all living in one easy-to-use dashboard. It isn't perfect. If you want ultra-fine-grained control over every single frame, you might still open a manual editor. But for the majority, it saves hours. And frankly, hours are worth way more than the monthly subscription cost when you think about how much time you are getting back in your life. Also, a note on pricing and paid plans. Some creators worry that auto tools compromise quality or are too expensive for a small business budget. In my experience, Vizard's free tier gets you a lot of this automation, and the paid tiers unlock faster exports and more slots for your needs. Do your math. If you are spending your time manually chopping clips and scheduling posts every week, a tool that cuts that work in half is worth it. As a participant, I loved the flow too. When hosts used Vizard, I got short follow-up clips that summarized the session, making it easy to watch on the go. As a host, I appreciated not having to babysit the post-event repurposing, which is the part of the job I always dreaded the most. If you run classes and have students in different time zones, this is the easiest way to keep content fresh without redoing the live event. So that's the gist. If your event workflow currently looks like a mess of exporting, editing, captioning, and uploading, give auto editing a try. Vizard doesn't replace the value of a great live moment, but it makes sure that moment keeps earning attention and new signups over time. I would love to hear what your biggest pain point is when managing events and repurposing content, so let me know in the comments. Is it finding the clips, captioning, or just dedicating the time to schedule everything? Drop a comment if you're watching the replay. If you end up trying Vizard, definitely let me know how it goes, because I am really curious what you will choose to automate first.